Welcome. We have more unbelievable stories, unbelievable headlines. Let's dive into this a little bit more to see what's going on. India, remittances, El Salvador, Bitcoin, fiat currencies blowing up, central bank digital currencies. What in the world is truly going on? I mean, this is just absolute peak clown world. We got Jake Paul, Logan Paul doing WWE, flying through the air together and knocking guys out that, I don't even know if they punch the guys, but they knocking guys out somehow. I mean, we are peak fiat world, peak clown world. And another clown world headline. So getting back to the order of business here, Yahoo Finance. India is set to become the first country ever to receive $100 million a year in remittances. Like, yay! Whee! Yay! That's amazing. Congrats to you, India. Congrats to your government and you guys just, swindling all of your citizens' wealth and taking it and doing, I'm sure, just absolutely benevolent things, incredible things, really, really forwarding humanity. I just, you love to see it. Just kudos to you. Amazing. I don't know what to say. You contrast that. Yeah, again, here they're topping records, right? India's set to be the first country ever to receive $100 billion a year in remittances. Again, congratulations. Kudos. That's amazing. So they're breaking records over here in the fiat legacy system, which, just ask Zimbabwe, how much is 100 billion? I mean, they got $100 trillion bills, or they did. Venezuela. Yeah, fiat doesn't mean much, guys. That might be 100 trillion in a year or two from now, or it could be 100 quadrillion a couple years from now, 5 years from now. So what does it matter? As Mike Maloney says, we know especially Americans and Westerners, we know the price of everything, but we know the value of nothing. I mean, what is that $100 billion? What is that worth? What's it going to be worth in 5 years, in 3 years, in 10 years? It can be worth, a couple loaves of bread, or what's it going to be worth? That's the beauty of a system not in the government's hands. Just like the founding fathers here in America said, Jefferson, all those guys talked about this. The issuance of money needs to be in the hands of the people, not governments, not central banks. This always ends disastrously every single time. We just did some videos on CBDCs and the absolute surveillance nightmare that is, and literally running your entire life. And yes, I am cold here in Metro Detroit area, well, an hour north of Detroit, and it's a little chilly. So we're keeping warm. We're keeping fired up about stuff like this and spreading freedom, free market, liberty everywhere. That's what this is about. That's what this channel is about. That's what our blog's about. That's what our education is about. The books we're writing. It's all about that. It's about spreading freedom. In here. This is incredible, though. So think about all that wealth that could be with the people. So you read this article and you go through it, yada, yada, whatever. Their students are over here. There's a lot of students outside the country, and they're sending remittances back and things like that, payment, whatever they're doing. I mean, it's sickening. And again, the headline is a headline. And then you contrast that with what El Salvador is doing. And again, here, let's mind you, India is here, number 2 in population, catching up to China very quickly. Almost 1.4 billion people. So number 2 on the planet. And you come down all the way down here to, this is worldometers.info. El Salvador, 6.5 million people. That's it, 112 in the world. So you take that, you got all these people sending the remittances and just getting skimmed off the top, all these fees being skimmed from the people. So wealth literally being stolen from people that could be in the hands of them if they were using the Bitcoin network, an open monetary network, a permissionless, trustless, open monetary standard that we have, as Jack Mallers says, we have at our disposal. They could be using it, but they're not. They're already choosing to get into the CBDCs, and which, again, go check out a bunch of the videos I've made on here. The one I just made about the e-Naira in Nigeria, they had it for a year and it has 0.5% adoption. In 1 year, they have 206 million people in that country, and 500,000 people, about 500,000 people are using it. And they're starting the bribes. They're starting the bribes to try to get people into their surveillance coin. It's going to happen here in America. It's happening all around the world. Don't fall for it. Keep your wealth, take it, take hold of it, become your own bank. Again, this is not financial advice. This is just freedom advice. This is insane. So again, what is El Salvador doing? This is Bukele saying Western Union, these remittance companies could lose $400 million. Or better said, again, I know Mackenzie Sigalos is writing this article. I don't know if that was an actual quote from him or what he was referring to, or if she wrote that. But that means $400 million back in the pocket of the people. So that the country is that much wealthier now. They have $6 billion in remittances, about yearly, and which is 23% of its gross domestic product. It's insanity. But now it's in the people's hands. So now the government doesn't need that. The government doesn't do anything. The government's not there providing real goods and services. So the people are the ones that need that. Because guess what? When they have wealth, now you can do anything, obviously, right? You can build businesses there. You can provide more jobs, more housing, start other businesses. You can actually do things with that wealth instead of your wealth just being stolen from you, and then the government's just doing it with whatever they want and paying off whoever they want and doing whatever they well choose. That's the beauty of this. That's what's going on. So again, we have another one here, Gareth Jenkinson on Cointelegraph. And again, you can check these articles out, but the point is the structure of what's going on here and the theory of what's going on. And in diving the article, again, it's not necessarily the point on this video is to dive all in and try to get like every last detail, every cent. El Salvador's Bitcoin wallet Chivo scores $52 million in remittances in 2022. So they processed $52 million in remittances over the past 6 months as expatriates make use of commission-free Bitcoin transfers. So people are saying, yeah, I would like to not pay 2, 3, 5, 10, 20, I think 20, up to 25% or more possibly with Western Union, stuff like that. I'm sending $100 back, but I got to pay you a $25 fee. And I got to drive, 3 hours away just to do it. I mean, what are we doing here? So if you have an internet connection, you can use Bitcoin, Lightning Wallet, fractions of a penny transfers all across the world instantaneously, final settlement. No one can tell you what you can or can't do with it, especially if you run your own node, obviously. But there, it's immutable, permissionless, trustless. That's the beauty of Bitcoin. That's what's going on. So this wealth is now back in the hands of the people. This is why their I believe it is their GDP is going up by 10% this year. So again, people are like, oh, Bitcoin's price in fiat terms is going down. Like he lost $50 million on his bet. It's like, yeah, they added like 5 billion or something. I forget what the exact numbers are. But again, you don't take my word for it. Again, nothing I say, take my word for it. Go check it out yourself. Go do your own homework. And they are, top line bringing in billions of dollars more in tourism, in their, people starting businesses there, and the people just holding their wealth and not having it stolen from them through, rent seekers and grifters. This is absolutely amazing. And when you contrast it to, legacy media over here, Yahoo cheering, yay! India's government's getting all this, or whoever, it's not the people, right? So who knows where this money truly goes, this currency truly goes. But yay, look at, this is a milestone. That just literally could say, hey, Indian people had $100 billion taken from them in remittances. That was someone truly telling the truth and writing that article, you would say, yeah, Indians had $100 billion taken from them this year. It's an all-time record. Yippee. That's amazing. So do your homework. Please do your homework. Don't take anything I say, just straight up. Go do your homework. This is not financial advice. This is freedom advice, as I like to say. This is, hey, let's wake up. Let's get out of our echo chamber. Let's think outside the box. I appreciate you. Appreciate your time, your energy. It's the most important asset we have. Bitcoin is time and time is Bitcoin. The only two finite assets that I know of in the world that are finite. So let's trade our finite time for a finite asset. Don't trade it for infinite things. Don't trade it for infinite time and infinite things, infinite things like blades of grass or grains of sand or dollars that can just be typed up into oblivion. Why would we make that trade? That's not a smart investor trade. Smart investor trade is trading things of like value, actually making a win-win deal. And the only two things I know of that are finite is my time and Bitcoin. So I'm only going to trade for those two things. Appreciate you. Let us know what you like. Please share, like, and subscribe. Share it with someone you might who might need this, who maybe doesn't like this, and tell them to throw comments in here, and we'll answer them. We'll do videos on them. Appreciate your time and energy. Like I said, it's the most important asset we have. We look forward to seeing you on the next one.